he goes off to, I mean, let me put it this way, he starts getting into the reptilian thing, the other layers of, which...
That's not what I've read about of his,
Yeah, but
I've heard of that. So people who saw me buying the book, they were like, why are you buying that? Like, he's crazy. But then when I read it, I was more like...
Yeah, well, to me, I mean, I thought when I listened to his stuff, when you get down to the essence of it, you go, this isn't human. There's got to be another entity out there somewhere that's playing this game. It's like they're terraforming the Earth.
Yeah.
And it's that's why some of his stuff starts making sense.
I have so many weird videos from YouTube of just like random creatures running past the camera on accident.
Familiar with, if you really want to get into some good stuff on this subject, Stephen Greer. Are you familiar with him? Check this guy out.
Okay.
He's a very educated man, but he was very down to earth. He was an ambulance EMT.
Okay.
But he started in the service and into the secret stuff.
Okay.
But when he started stumbling across
Stephen Greer. Okay.
Yeah, when he started stumbling across the hidden technologies. And now he's made his whole life into studying the alien contracts that we have. And he says there's literally thousands, if not millions, of other species of life in these dimensions.
Yeah.
And this guy's gotten so much in tune with it that he can actually start bring out crowds, and he can the alien ships will appear in the sky.
That's so crazy.
And he'll be able to start. They can actually start communicating, through codes.
Do you have a pen?
Yeah. How you doing, Larry? Yeah.
Got some new software.
Yeah, got a few new things. How'd you do in your project and all?
Great. Everyone loved it. It
Really?
went on the Loyola Student News
Really?
service.
I mean, I don't know if that's why I got one.
I just found out this morning. I woke up this morning and one of my videos was featured on InfoWars.
Yes.
Headline.
That's awesome.
I know.
Gosh, I want to go look for it.
It was like
I can't keep up with him. He has so many videos all the time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see, but I'll look for it.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was about the Tommy Robinson. You familiar with Tommy
No.
Robinson?
Please share.
Yeah. This is the poster back here. We are all Tommy Robinson now. Okay. So Tommy Robinson does what I do. He's a citizen journalist in England, and he was primarily reporting on the invasion of his island by the Muslim immigrants and how it's changed his life and his whole country. Well, the more popular he got, the more they would come down on him. Until they framed him, put him in jail. They keep on digging stuff up on him, and then they. Well, he was in front of a courthouse last week reporting on a pedophile child grooming Muslim ring that they groom children for sex rings. That was going on inside the courthouse. On the street, he was talking about it.
Oh no.
The police came up, and in an hour's time, they take him off the street and in prison for 13 months.
No, I know, but just when I
And
played like...
you know, like this as being a journalist, right? You could not talk about it. If you reported on it, if you tweeted about it, you would get a...
Yeah, that's illegal.
Because,
Apparently not in England. So what happened is, it's just like, it had a distraction effect.
Yeah.
Boom! What do you mean? What happened?
Okay, I feel like I did hear about this a little bit.
It made worldwide news because, I mean, again, I can't do what? Yeah. So they really jumped the shark on this one. And that's what the video got up, because I called in. I said, maybe you ought to make a T-shirt with for you
That's
to know.
awesome.
So they featured that on the Alex Jones show. That was pretty cool.
That is really cool.
So tell me about your experience, and what else did you experience?
So
What you
I went
see
with
there?
Loyola. So
What was the purpose for this? Are they just
it was like voluntourism. So we were volunteering at a homeless shelter every night, and then like seeing the city.
And what city was it?
Cape Town.
Cape Town?
It was gorgeous. Like waking up every day, I was on like a third floor, and I would see like huge mountains and the ocean. The city is a lot more developed than I thought.
Yeah, it's a modern city,
It's super modern.
the politics here is getting very weird. I
Yeah.
mean, it's flipped on its. The whole racial thing has been flipped on its head.
Yeah, it's really weird. It is really weird vibes. They've only had 6 elections ever, Democratic elections. It is weird.
I mean, you got the guy that they elected recently talking about murdering all the white people.
What was his name?
Escapes you right now.
No, yeah. It's really problematic.
Yeah.
It's a good place. I want to go back. I hope I can go back and like do more research. And I do need to like kind of process what I saw and like understand why I saw what I saw, which is with any trip. But it was an interesting experience.
Of course.
But especially because I went with my school and I went with people I don't know, and we were there with the purpose of volunteering. So like, it made it kind of uncomfortable and strange, just because we would go into like a homeless shelter for kids and like feed them a little bit and then like take a bunch of photos with them, and that was just...
So it was sort of like just a photo op kind of a deal, or was it really
I mean, yeah. The only meaningful
See, the problems
part of
with a lot of things like what you're doing is, and I don't know if this is happening there, but I just saw a movie about the corruption that went on in Iraq with the, Feed the People program there. It was like $20 billion got stolen from the poor people they were trying to help. And a lot of what, was photo ops. They come in and show we're helping the kids out here. And then as soon as the cameras are off, it was like,
It wasn't like that with us. We cared a lot, but it's interesting to try to understand how your intention can...
Well, you're bright enough to see behind the curtain.
I definitely saw behind the curtain.
Yeah, to pick up what's really going on.
Yeah.
So how are you going to go back the next time as a journalist to try to...
I hope so. I hope I can be funded.
And do your story.
That'd be amazing. But, there's a lot that needs to be broken down, but it's reminded me so much of here, like New Orleans specifically.
Really? What were the similarities with you?
Just like the visible poverty, I guess, in the city, and then kind of the racial makeup. It was black, brown, black, white, and in between. And
did you get to speak to a lot of the populace?
I spoke to a lot of the impoverished populace, and there are some really smart people who are really questioning what's going on. Like, the people who I'm still in contact with from there are awesome. Really smart. But some of them are also really angry. Like, a lot of the black people are really angry.
What are they angry at?
They wish that Africa was black, but it's not.
Well, it's,
Africa is, but South Africa isn't.
Yeah, but, okay.
Yeah, it's a colonized, it's like any city in the U.S. So.
This, again, gets into racial aspects. If we get beyond that.
Yeah.
But, notwithstanding that it was the English Empire that forced because the English Empire just wanted to rule everything.
Yeah.
Screw you. It was like, you get my way, you'd be, what do you mean you don't like to be a slave labor? Boom, 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 right? And so that's why, the resentment of the people that live there originally could be understood. But that backlash is now creating another backlash. And if we keep that cycle of violence up,
nothing's going to happen. Yes, it's so hard to look like I look and have opinions like I have and actually be taken seriously.
Well, the good
Especially
news
with
is,
things
though,
like
you
that.
can be stealth. You sneak in there.
Yeah.
Because the best we can do in the situation is to plant seeds.
Yeah.
See, they're not going to hear your perspective if you're not there.
Yeah, exactly.
And even though they might come down on you, you have a very good way of presenting yourself. I'm a little bit more brash, but so they're going to have a hard time dealing with you.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not an easy target for them to attack.
Exactly. That's why I love my position in life.
So listen to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Curtis Mayfield.
Yes.
Before,
It's awesome.
Well, I'm
And
glad to
interesting.
see you.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you too. I'm going to come back. I'm moving to Los Angeles in 2 weeks because I got
Really?
a job at a TV production company. So just for a couple months and then I'll be back for school.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it'll be another learning experience.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And hopefully some connections too.
Yeah.
anybody
And
who runs scales.
yeah, then you can give me your
I'm
perspective
getting
of the
it,
people
yes.
there, because
I know.
you're walking into another viper pit there.
We'll see about it. A lot of people are saying that I'll hate it, but I'm excited. Just
Well,
because
you're not going to fall for the BS. You got a good
that's what's
filter.
exciting. Yeah.
So 2 months there, you'll be able to see and do. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
can't
awesome.
wait. All
Good
right.
to talk to you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure seeing you.
Yes, I need to give my friend a tour.
Listen,
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Oh, there.
Blues Brothers.
Hey, hey, how you doing?
G's. That's your starting point before you go to Hendrix.
All right.
Because if you can't play rhythm, and I'm sitting beside you on the drums, I'm throwing you out of the band.
Yeah.
Go. I'll tell you right now. Go home and listen to Soul Man. Okay. Sam and Dave. Try and play the rhythm to that. And then when I see you back in New Orleans, tell me I couldn't do it.
We look at another skin man? Another stick man?
No, he's a guitar player.
Guitar player? All right.
But at least you're on the right road, my friend. You're listening to Hendrix. Yeah. But get the rhythms down. And the rhythms come out of, like, Booker T and the MGs, Steve Cropper, Colin Dupree with, what's his name, King Curtis. Get all those guys. Anyone that played with James Brown. Even listen to Nile Rodgers. You know who Nile Rodgers is? He was
Listen
in the
to some
band-
James Booker.
He was in the band Chic.
CK.
Okay. And then he produced Madonna and Michael Jackson. And listen to his rhythm playing. You listen to those guys.
James
you're gonna be a
Booker,
good guitar
he
player.
grew up here, taught all the great piano players from Professor Longhair to Dr. John to you name it. This guy called him the Bach of rock. All right? Listen to some of his syncopations and what he does in piano. It's like this guy has 6 hands. I swear, you gotta listen to him. He played with all of the greats. I mean, we're talking about, he was with everybody. I got the chance to be his last percussionist. I played on it with him.
What do you play?
Percussion.
Percussion. Yeah.
I
But I
played
want-
percussion in high school.
I want you to get. I want you to get the
Keyboard
rhythm
comes.
down. You know why? That's it. Because when I jammed with a lot of guitar players, they play on their own all the time. They don't know how to play with a band.
Yeah.
You need to get the guitar, the rhythm down first. Once you get the rhythm, all those scales and all those leads that you play, they're easy to do. But keeping rhythm. So, like I tell people on the drum set, they think, play a 4-minute James Brown song without breaking time. You know what I mean? Because you got to keep the tempo. They can't do it. No, they rush, they slow down, or whatever. It's hard to do. Because you're saying, yeah, you're just keeping a pocket. But try and do a pocket 4-minute that's steady. And then James Brown was crazy because he'd stop you.
That's why people at home, you go to any of his concerts, the whole audience would be like, after a while, it's like a trance. It's like, everybody's into it.
What did you play? Timbales? Conga?
No, I played like a drum set in like a high
So
school.
you played the kit set?
Yeah.
Okay, like what I play.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It was good times.
You're going to be the new Terry Lynn Carrington.
Okay.
You know who she is?
No.
Carlos Santana's.
No, that's, what's her name? That's Cindy Blackman. Because he married her.
Right.
Because he threw the drummer out he has way back. Well, the drummer he threw out, Dennis Chambers.
yeah.
You know Dennis
I
Chambers?
heard of him. Yeah.
She couldn't even hold one of his sticks. Not too many people.
Lock her up
But that's
one
I
his
have
wife.
the sticker.
Oh, you did? Good. All right, great.
Carrington teaches at Berklee College of Music where I went, and she's like she played with all the jazz greats, in the early days. She's one of the formidable female drummers. Oh, Sheila E's a good drummer. You follow her. You know Sheila E?
No, I don't know any of these drummers. Prince's drummer?
Prince's old drummer when he had the all-female band, Sheila E.
Oh, what were they called?
I forget what their name was.
It was a good name.
Yeah, yeah, but he had all the females.
Yeah,
The guy wasn't dumb. Prince. Huh? That's what I want, an all-female band. I don't even care if you can play. But stick with us. Nice meeting you people. But really, listen to that rhythm. Really, that's the foundation. Stick with it.
Meet Michael.
Pleasure. You got a
still playing
good
your kit?
girl there, brother.
Still playing your kit?
I don't have a kit. I need one.
Yeah.
I use it at Loyola where I go to school. So.
Good.
Good.
And I work in the studios.
Good for you. Nice meeting you. Oh, I meant to tell you, Mike. Good news if I want it. Yesterday, I went to the New Orleans police station, right?
Yeah.
So when I went there, I was just looking like souvenirs to bring back, you know how police collect badges from other people. So there was a guy standing and he was retired. He said, "How you doing?" and all. So when I told him I was retired Boston PD, open the welcome mat. Yeah. And then when he asked me, the lieutenant was sitting behind the desk, heard me talking about defensive tactics and things that I did. And so I just looked at him. I said, "You're looking for it?" He said, gave me my card. He said, "I'll get you on this department. We need a guy like you in a heartbeat."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, but I'm 68. He said, "I'll get you on in a heartbeat."
Yeah.
So I got a job if I want to come down.
Oh, yeah. I've been meeting out here. A lot of New York cops, Connecticut. I talked to a guy the other day from Connecticut. Came down here specifically because they need cops down here, good ones.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, yeah, man, come on down.
Mike, when because the guy was asking me questions, he was fascinated. When he heard what I was having to say, because then I gave him my card, Googled my name. The lieutenant was behind the desk, and he gave me a
They probably
water.
put you in a training
And
position.
he started asking me. He said, "Man," he said, "wow, the knowledge you have." He said, "We
They
could
put
use
you in
guy
a training
like you."
position. They'd put you in a training
Well, that's what
position.
he said. He said, that knowledge, I don't hear people talking about that down here.
Put you in a training position
So
in
he
a
said,
heartbeat.
because I said to him, "You know what I'm saying?" He said, "You'll be on instantly." He said, I'll put you through," he said. So I'm going to think about it when I go home. Next time you see me out here, I'll be yelling.
It'd be cool, man.
Get that card out of here. Get that card out of here. See me in a uniform.
Yeah, brother. I love it. It's all right. I need all the other friends in uniform I can get around here.